All right. You're on the Freeform Rock Podcast, YouTube exclusive. How the hell are you, Lee?
I'm doing all right.
Before we get into musical shit, I need to ask you a question, man. Were those videos you made the other day directed at me for posting shit you don't like?
I was also talking to other people. I decided that people like to hear negative stuff. So what I did was a little bit was about you, a little bit was about someone else. It was all like, if I had a bunch of rotten cabbage, I might have thrown one piece at you and one piece at someone else. It was basically, I wanted to tell people that um, I just wanted them to learn. And I was being a teacher who yells at the students, and then the students yell back, and then the teacher keeps yelling. But I wasn't really as angry as I sounded. I was doing it because I knew that the more I did it, the more people would comment, and it was done for theater.
I know, but you worry Dana, right? When you do stuff like that.
Yeah, but I mean, we talked later.
Yeah, she messaged me sometimes to do so. Is Lee okay? So Lee's fine. He's being Lee. So he's doing stuff for reaction. Don't you know this by now? That's why I'm sitting there giving you shitty comments. I know what you're doing.
Yeah. And then I did the other video where I was all nice and told everyone they were lovely. And I loved everything that everyone said.
And you loved everything I said. I go, bullshit. I go, sell your bullshit somewhere else, man.
In fact, I told her when we were messaging, I said, I'm going to go back on again and I'm going to be nothing but nice now to everyone. So, you know, it was a way for me to kind of let out some steam.
Hey, I got something I've been thinking about musically thinking. I touched on it on a podcast recorded that'll be out in 3 weeks. Axl Rose, what's up his ass?
I don't, well, I don't necessarily think that Chinese Democracy was worse than Use Your Illusion. I think that the whole group did pretty well on Appetite for Destruction, and then after that, they kind of
They blew up.
Yeah, they kind of blew up. But and the thing is, the group Black and Blue with Tommy Thayer, their first album was quite good, and then their second album had, I guess, some okay songs, but wasn't as good. And then they did a couple of other albums that were all right, but not as great as the first one. Oh, a group that maybe we should review if you've never heard their first album is Rough Cut.
I think I've heard some of them and they're okay.
Yeah.
Another group I want to check out is Shark Island. They're releasing some new stuff, and Eddie Trunk's going to be hosting their show with their whiskey.
Shark Island.
Yeah, Shark Island.
If I'll listen to Shark Island, but Rough Cut was from the 80s time period. They came out, name is Black and Blue, and if you listen to their album Loud, it's one of the most cool albums that came out at that time. It's really, really interesting. And then they decide purposefully on their second album to just do mostly fast, kind of more party songs like we already did, and kind of slow, really heavy stuff. Now let's do an album that's maybe more like a bar band or something. And so But the thing is, at least they did it on purpose. But I have to listen to Rough Cut's second album because their first album was fantastic, and then I mean, there's a couple of songs on there that I don't like, and believe it or not, the band themselves didn't like those songs either, and they only did them because the producer told them to. But their second album they did on purpose the way that they did it. But the lead guy in that group, Paul Shortino, he has his own groups and stuff, and I have to hear some of his solo stuff because he might I don't know if he'd be on the podcast, but I mean he's the kind of guy where if we were talking about the stuff he does now, maybe he might be.
Yeah, man. But the thing is, I was talking about Guns N' Roses. You totally deviated from the subject, man.
Get away from that.
But the question is, they're releasing an EP, and it's leftovers.
Really?
It's leftovers from. You haven't heard the song "Absurd"?
No.
They're releasing an EP that was leftovers from the Chinese Democracy era, which is fine. But you're back with Slash and Duff. Get those fuckers in the studio and make a real Guns N' Roses album. And bring Adler back and Izzy while you're at it.
He had like about 60 songs that were unreleased from that. He could put out 3 or 4 Guns N' Roses albums based on the material that he did from Chinese Democracy and just keep flooding the market with Guns N' Roses.
But I want Slash Guns N' Roses. I don't want fucking Axl Guns. I like Chinese Democracy. We did the episode with Dr. Fuck. We all three loved that album. But the thing is, I want fucking Slash on an album, because when Slash does an album or Duff does an album, it's more like Guns N' Roses than when Axl does a Guns N' Roses album.
Oh. I realize now that you know more about them than me, because I don't really listen to a lot of that stuff all the time.
And Charles Trainer would love to be in this discussion because he's a Guns N' Roses net swinger. Love you, Charles.
Yeah.
Good luck in Poland, man. And we need to get you on the show on our time zone, not yours.
I think I kind of suggested to him that of the albums that he might want me and him to do when he guests on my podcast again, that maybe Guns N' Roses isn't going to be one of them.
Me and you still need to do Use Your Illusions Part 1 and 2.
Not on my podcast.
On my podcast. On our podcast.
On your podcast.
On our podcast.
Your podcast, and I'm the guest host.
Well, if it was my podcast, I would have never done United States of America.
Well, okay, but
hey man, what else have you been to any shows yet, Lee? What's going on?
I went to a symphony, and that was really cool, and then I was able to give copies of my music to people there, so that was really cool.
And also, what did I had it in my head I wanted to ask you about. What you're going to this? Oh,
and it was only about like a 5-minute walk from my house.
I wanted to show you these. I got these for $5. You might be happy.
That one's okay. What's the other? That one's kind of better.
And
but
I
they're
also
both good.
I also ordered roll.
They're actually both. They're both about. They're both good.
Yeah, but I ordered Roll With It. Now I got a second copy of fucking Back in the High Life.
I do like Roll With It better.
I do too,
but
I
had
love
Back in the High Life, and I like it.
I already have Back in the High Life. It was supposed to be Roll With It. I just sent him an email while we were talking. Hey, you sent me Back in the High Life, not Roll With It.
What
Fuckers.
About their first album? His first album with the song "Hold On." Do you know that one?
What else? Is that just Steve Winwood self-titled?
Yeah.
Yeah, I need to get that too. I'm trying to get all the Traffic, all the Steve Winwood.
That one, that one's pretty good.
We need to do Traffic. John Barryco Must Die.
I like that album.
I do too. I like all Traffic. I love Steve Winwood. He just has a voice of an angel to me, man. It's like, fuck, he rules. 16 years old, singing with the Spencer Davis Group and writing "Give Me Some Lovin'." a song that
Mhm.
every band and their mother has covered. It's like,
And he co-wrote it.
yeah, Great White did a good version of it too.
Yeah.
What do you think about Great White?
Um, I like the album with the woman on the cover
Once Bitten, there's two women.
with
There's Twice Shy and Once Bitten.
Rock Me.
Rock Me, that's Once Bitten.
Yeah, I like them, but I don't. I will say that I think that they have really great songs, and that if you put the very best songs from their different albums, you would have one really super great album. But that I don't think they ever did really a horrible album. I think that they did some albums where some of the songs on the album I thought were awesome and others were just pretty okay. But I
Yeah,
don't think that they ever did an album that was bad.
they did two albums with singer Terry Lanois.
Oh, did they do an album called like Electric City or something like that?
That we did that review on that album, Psycho City.
Did
That's with
oh
Jack Russell.
oh, I think I really liked that one.
You did like that album. We did a review on Psycho
Yeah.
City.
So yes, I that's their one really good album.
I love fucking Once Bitten, fucking Shot in the Dark album. I love that song. It's a shot in the dark. And then they do their version of Give Me Some Lovin' on that song, on that album also.
Cool.
Yeah, but I know Dr. Fuck, Ralph Vieira, loves the self-titled album, you know, with their really hard rock on that one.
The only song I heard from that album is their version of Substitute by The Who.
That was a great version. Speaking of The Who, this is the weirdest fucking album I've ever heard in my life.
Yeah,
Silent Stingy? What the fuck is that? Are they on some great acid on this album, man?
I'm gonna listen to it.
Well, they do have I Could See for Miles, which is a great song.
Yeah, I always felt like they should have done a real backbeat on it. It's like as if the drummer's warming up and he never gets into it. You know what? You know what I mean? Like a car about to start and doesn't start.
Yeah, man. But this album, I like it, but they have they have commercials in it. It's like, what the fuck?
Yeah. It was done as a parody. But my next door neighbor back in the 70s, around like 1976, Guy Covington, he worked for MCA Records. Yep. And wait, give me a quick moment.
I just gonna tell what people the cup says. That's what I do. I drink and I know things.
Yeah. Well, hey man, right now I'm happy with you, so don't piss me off. Everything's good.
I won't talk about Bon Jovi then.
Shut up, not while I'm sipping.
I know one album by Bon Jovi I'm never gonna do with you though, but that's okay.
I wouldn't do it anyway.
You would do New Jersey.
I guess I would do that.
I need an album that you actually would go off on, like Bounce. I love Bounce, you know, but I think you go off on it. It'd be funny.
Yeah. Actually, though, there's other groups that I dislike even more. So I'm not going to talk about them because I don't want to.
I want to know what groups you dislike even more. Come on, give it to us.
Good. Well, I forget. I don't know.
Poison?
They're about the same. I'd say probably
I still want to do Look What the Cat
probably okay. I'm not going to say that I don't really like Faster Pussycat. I think that they're just a little bit too either that or Kick Tracy. I forget which one it
I don't
is.
care for Kid Tracy, but Faster Pussycat rules. Where there's a whip, there's a way.
Yeah, yeah.
Damn.
It's just like just joke stuff.
That's not jokes. Bathroom Wall. It's a fucking great song. I got your number on a bathroom wall.
Yeah, it's just joke.
Or there's no one home in my house of pain. That ain't a fucking joke song.
Oh, do you want me to answer your question or not?
All right, man. But fucking the joke band is Steel Panther, which we need to do a review on them also.
I like them better. All I'm trying to say is I guess groups that I guess Autograph I like worse. I at least with Bon Jovi, they even though I did not really care much for their first album at all, and I thought it was schlock. At least it almost sounded like they tried, whereas Autograph Sign In Please just doesn't do it for me. And
turn up the radio. Come on, that's a fun song, Lee. Come on.
I don't want to hear 10 songs in a row that sound exactly like it.
Blondes and black cars, man. Come on.
No.
Come on, man.
I would have to say, let me guess. Okay. Between Bon Jovi's album Slippery When Wet, which I only liked a few songs from, or give me a moment.
Shot to the heart.
Or there's the album by Enough Is Enough, not the one we reviewed, but another one.
Yeah, that album we reviewed was really good. Thank you, Aaron Camaro from the Decibel Geek podcast.
It was okay, but anyway, the one that I don't like is the one
Nate hated it.
It might have been called Revenge, I forget, but it was one of the worst albums that I've heard. There might have been one song that was okay on it.
Yeah, I you know what? I do like Autograph, but they're of the time, and it was just fun music for me. Poison, I still love.
First song on you only heard the hit.
No, I have the vinyls. I listen to those.
But you don't listen to it.
I only listen to the first two albums. That's it. I don't like anything else.
Listen to the first two songs.
So fuck you. It's not ABC, man. I listen to 3 songs.
No, it's Autograph. It's not AB. It's AU.
Come on, man. Turn up the radio.
You're just
I want the music. Give me some more. Yeah.
Listen, the only reason why I do this podcast with you is because you're willing to do it with me. That's the only reason.
Because
and I don't mean it like that.
Our podcast, man.
Shut up. What I'm trying to say is the reason why I do the podcast with you is because you're the only one who would put up with me.
Dude, why? I there's lots of people who love you on their podcast, and fuck you can't have them.
No, they could, but are they better? I don't think so. I think everyone is equally bad.
Everybody's good. Fucking Rock and Metal Combat podcast, Rock All Over You podcast, Decibel Geek podcast, the Plug podcast.
Nobody knows the music. Nobody knows the music I know.
Listen, those podcasts all rule.
My trouble.
The Decibel Geek gets the money coming in. The other 3, man, we're just sitting here fucking jacking each other off. But the Rock and Metal podcast is the podcast kings. Love you, Ian Wadley. Love you, Ralph Vieira. Ian Wadley, get on our fucking podcast. We'll let you pick the album, bitch. He's my white drag. He's my white, whatever it calls, white elephant. I want that fucker on the podcast. because
Anyway,
you know he gave me respect because I sniffed whiskey, so maybe he'll come on now. Because he used to tell me when I used to bug him to come on our podcast, he'd say, "I only do a real podcast." And I'd like to get Ken Mills back on. I love that fucker.
yeah. The thing is, if you put tape on your mouth, you might get more people coming back on your show.
Our show, bitch. Our
Your
show. All right,
Shut up.
guys.
Shut up. I'm.
You know, you
Show is
let me
legal.
tell you, let me tell you something. All the comments I get about this show is you.
Why?
Nobody talks about me. They always talk about, oh, Lee picked an eclectic top 5 cover songs. I like that. You know, you picked the obvious ones, Mark. Fucking Nate. Fuck you, Nate. You know, I picked the songs you
I
would have
usually
picked, Nate.
don't. I don't tend to log on to the YouTube. Should I just do that?
Well, we don't get we get a lot of comments from Curtis on the YouTube and some other people. But dude, I get comments on our people in comments tell me, well, fucking Lee was going off today. Lee was doing a good job. Fucking Lee rules. Nobody ever tells me I rule. The only time I got taught I was ruled when I snorted the fucking whiskey. And now they want me to do it in both nostrils. I'm going to have to make a video for both nostrils.
I don't cater to people.
Dude, you know why I do that shit? I'm a fucking clown. I want to make people happy. This world sucks. This world is fucking sucks. And if I can make one person or many people laugh, it makes me happy because I want to take people away from the schlock.
Then why don't you let me pick all of the albums to do? That way you can have a really great podcast.
Because we do have a really great podcast because it's me and you. If it's just me, it sucks. If it's just you, it's okay. You know?
Actually, I'm not that good. But
you're fucking right. Insane, dude. You fucking rule, Lee.
Listen, you are a lot better when it comes to just being your talk and your ability to be a personality. Your musical views, not so much, but at least you're able to be a good host. I'm someone who has the good knowledge, but I sound like
dude, you sound amazing. Shit, I sound like a fucking fart in the toilet.
No, I listen to myself and I go,
You ever heard a fart in the toilet?
I've done it. All I'm trying to say is I talk too slow. Of course, that's because I get spit in my mouth and I need to swallow it. Look. Hello there, everybody. How are you? I'm going to be doing an album today. It's going to be called Van Halen. It's going to have the songs from Diver Down. It's going to have the first song. It's going to have the second song.
All right, dude, that's not you. That's not you.
So you know,
you're not fucking John Fushida.
It's like, listen. It's like this. Hello,
listen, Linda.
I am doing an album. But that's because I'm swallowing spit.
Dude, this is you. Hi, this is Lee Gershman. I'm here to do a podcast with my brother, Charles Trainer. You enunciate every words why I fucking slur them.
But that's on my podcast. On your podcast, I'm a fucking idiot.
You're not a fucking idiot. You know, you know what I told Charles? I told Charles the great advice Dr. Fuck gave me.
On my podcast. So
Dr. Fuck gave me a podcast because Charles answers your questions too straight. I told Charles to fuck with you a little bit and to go with your humor because you have the best humor and I play off your humor to get you to go more humorous. See what I'm saying?
But I'm okay with seriousness because I can also be very serious. But the thing is,
We don't want
I
seriously, because
huh?
seriously, the world is too fucking serious. We need
I put
fucking break
I,
from that shit.
my pause button on my show because, and then I can tell people I need to spit, so I need to. I don't have that edit button when I do yours.
Yeah, you do. It's called mute.
Yes, but what I mean is, but overall on here, you
Do
know
you
what I'm.
do you listen to the Rock All Over You podcast?
I don't think I've ever heard. I think once is Wayne Noon on it.
No, it's freaking Eric RMCB Chor with Edwin Canistracci.
I don't think I've heard an episode.
Dude, Eric fucking belches like a motherfucker on there. So keep going, man. You told me he loves it when you belch.
Really?
Yeah, he says you fucking rule. I
Well,
used to think your belches sucked, and then
I
everybody
do.
loves it. Just be you, man. Fart. Get in the camera and give us a big fart.
I'm doing it. It's like, listen. What if
Linda.
what if
And
there was
Lee, you went
what?
black, buddy.
No,
Get back on.
that's because it said my charge is low even though I have it plugged in.
Whoa.
So it's not actually low. It's like if let's say a person walked up to you and said, I noticed that you pee your pants a lot and I find that to be really sexy. Let's say you were single and someone said, I just happened to look and I like to notice when you've got a little bit of dribble on your pants. Want to go out? Would you think that was a compliment, or would you say, fuck no, you're probably too creepy for me?
If she said that and she has huge tits and a nice face and long hair, maybe a tucked in shirt, I go, let's go out, because you know what? That girl is real. You don't want a fake chick who lies to you, right? She tells you you're dribbling all over yourself and you're fucking cool. Let's go out. Let's go. Fuck yeah.
Most agree with you there.
Yeah. Why would you want somebody who lies to you?
But the thing is, you know, you're right.
Yeah, you don't want a fake chick, man. Fake chicks ruin your mojo.
Yeah, fake chicks ruin my mojo. I found out when I went with you. You pulled down your pants, baby. I felt something I didn't want to do. Ooh, ooh.
Hey, I'm gonna tell people right now. I hate women who shave their pussies.
You can say what you want.
I
Listen,
know, because they look like a little girl and I ain't a pedophile. Sorry. Give me a
Yeah.
landing strip or something. But fuck that shit.
I'll put it to you like this. I do like the fact that I mean, sometimes I get a little bit bored or a little bit like, oh, why do I have to do this album? But mostly I feel good about doing it because I always wanted to be a rock critic. And this is a way for me to do it. So sometimes I might get albums that I don't want to do. But overall,
Did you end up liking them these days?
shut up!
Bon Jovi.
Enjoy doing the podcast anyway, because of the fact that even though I'm still waiting for an album that you'll pick that's going to be really awesome.
I have.
Oh yeah, you have. But shut up. What? I'm trying to make a point. My point is that
Touche, pussycat.
yeah. Hey, I like that. That's actually really cool.
I love
Anyway,
Tom and Jerry, man.
I'm okay. What I'm going to say is there's an album. Now that we've been talking, I went from thinking we'll do one album to we'll do another one to we should do a particular album. And I'll message you in the comments and to see what you think about. But I think that why not? It's an album that well, how about instead if I give you 3 possibilities, and if you want to answer, you can, but if you don't need to. But if I give you 3 possibilities as to what album I should pick next, I'll listen to you, because you know what I mean? I don't mind having your feedback.
Yeah, I love, I do pick albums that you give me. And I also tell you, do anything the fuck you want, as long as it's in the rock genre. You tricked me with the jazz album one time.
No, that was actually partly rock.
It was mostly jazz, bitch.
Oh, shut up. It was mostly rock.
It's so forgettable. What was the band? How do you know it was mostly rock if you don't remember?
No, I do know.
What is it?
Soft Machine.
Yes.
That is a great album.
You gave me the album when it went jazz, man. The albums before that were rock.
With the only reason why you had jazz elements was because it was horns instead of guitar. But it was still rock.
What's that guy's name who was in it before that album? The guitar, Alan Holdsworth?
Robert Wyatt.
I thought Alan Holdsworth was in that band.
Yes. But
okay, you gave me the album when he left. Dude, Ruben De La Rosa also tells me how he posts. He doesn't really talk to me. He's a fucking awesome dude, yeah. But he always talks about Alan Holdsworth as a great guitarist.
Oh, I could pick an Alan Holdsworth album for you. It will sound even more jazzy than the Soft Machine.
Oh my fucking God, why? Why? You're like Sting jazz?
Listen to me.
Listen to me, Linda.
Why I picked that album was because I used to get high to it, and it was one of the best albums that I heard while I was high.
Well, dude, yeah, I could get high and listen to it. I'll be in the same frame of mind you are.
Okay, yeah. But I mean, hey man, there's I wasn't thinking. Okay, now since you mentioned that, there's another album that
of course, dude. You're like squirrel. You know what? This week I did that with ABC, Muppets, but I changed to one album, not 5.
You remember the Muppets where there's a 2-headed one, and then they go, where did they go? And they went that way, and the other one went that way, and they keep going that way.
Well, you remember Looney Tunes, so they go, which way did it go? Which way to go? He went that way.
Yeah.
Dude, Looney Tunes rules. But who's your favorite cartoon character, man?
Oh, cartoon character. I love cartoons.
Me too. Nate Atchison hates cartoons. Fuck you, brother.
They're wonderful. My one of my first favorites. Well, I remember watching the Beatles cartoons back in the day. MTV put them back on, and when I saw them again, I thought, why did I like this? This isn't really all that great.
The Yellow Submarine.
I like that, but what?
Oh my God, dude, that's what got me into the Beatles.
There was also a yellow. No, there was a show of different regular Beatles cartoons.
Yeah.
That I thought was okay, but my favorite, I would have to say I really liked the Flintstones. I liked the Jetsons.
Oh,
I
yeah,
liked
yeah.
the Banana Splits
No
episodes. I saw the Banana Splits live when I was about 8. I got them to sign to give me their autograph. I was 8 years old, and or 7, and I had my dorky glasses on, and I don't have the pictures now, but I look like a young little kid, It was like with my glasses on, and they were good. They were at the Civic Center, one of the first concerts that I went to, and I loved them. But I would say, if I had to pick a very favorite, oh, I don't know if it's my very favorite, but I also like Underdog.
Hmm.
You remember Underdog?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Yep, I like Underdog.
I liked
The Wacky Races.
I who are they?
You never saw the Wacky Races? It's like the Hanna-Barbera All-Stars.
Maybe
Seven
once.
races. Yogi
Yeah.
Bear.
Oh, I like Scooby-Doo too.
Scooby-Doo. Come on, Scooby-Doo rules. Except for
That was one of my favorites.
remember the Scooby-Doo All-Stars? So they had Batman and Robin, the Addams
Yeah,
Family. That was fucking amazing.
I would say
The
that
new
that
Scooby-Doo sucks.
I also like the very original, like Casper the Friendly Ghost, when he got dragons and he was like fighting dragons and people in castles, and he was like, then they did the new Casper the Friendly Ghost, where all he did was cry on the street corner saying, I got no one to play with.
I remember
And
that.
I was like, that's not the way it was originally. And Smokey the Bear, he did cart.
How about Woodsy Owl? Give a hoot, don't pollute.
I don't remember him doing
Did
cartoons.
you remember that fucking 180 thing where he said, say no to dope and no to drugs?
Maybe.
How about Schoolhouse?
Josie and the Pussycats. I also like them.
The Archies?
The Archies were okay, but I saw and I would say
when you're dead, I got some shit to say.
Yeah. And yeah.
Dude,
Okay.
the goat of all cartoons. Fucking Bugs, fucking Bunny, dude.
Oh yeah, well, Bugs Bunny, of course I used to see him, but I mean, here's the thing.
He's the goat. He's the goat.
Oh, you mean
the greatest of all time, Bugs fucking Bunny.
Yeah,
fuck the new
Duck.
Fuck the new Space Jam movie. Bugs Bunny in the 40s, 50s, 60s, 70s, 60s.
Oh, and I like
rule, dude. Bugs Bunny was the GOAT. Nobody beats Bugs Bunny with his sarcasm, adult humor, and kids humor. That dude did everything. Mel Blanc was like fucking voice genius. Looney Tunes is the fucking GOAT of all cartoons.
Then
Fuck the Simpsons. Futurama is number 2.
I like that. You know, in fact, Roadrunner. In fact,
Roadrunner rules.
I was
Wile E.
on,
Coyote, man.
I was on a boat my dad brought me to where he worked. It was on his day off, but he let me go on. And then I said, I want to go on the plank because I want to look like Bugs Bunny I wanted to look like Wile E. Coyote while he looked at the plank.
This movie rules, dude. Looney Tunes back in action.
Wait, all I'm trying to say is if you don't want to hear it, I won't tell you.
No, tell me, dude. I just had to put up a Looney Tunes movie with Brendan Fraser.
That's cool. I like how you interrupt me, even though I don't talk.
You interrupt me all the time, bitch.
Yeah, and that's why I like when you do it. But anyway, the thing is,
go ahead. I forgot what I was gonna say. Anyways,
all right. I said, "Hey, Dad, can I go and walk the plank?" I mean, I'm not gonna like jump all. I don't know if I said that, but I said like I just want to go on the plank and look down like Wile E. Coyote did, because there was a cartoon where they did that, and my dad said he saw it was about as thin as my hand. It was a really, really thin thing. And he said people were freaking out because I went and I looked at it. and that what happened was, he said, I went and I looked down at the water, and he said, uh-oh, he's going to jump. So he started to, I think, strip off his clothes because he was going to jump in to save me. But then he said, after I looked, I turned around and went back. I told him that was what I was going to do. I wasn't going to jump. And the thing is, I did that, and I said, thanks. And I told him, I said, Dad, I asked you if I could do that. And you said, yeah. He went, well, I was probably talking to people, and so I didn't really hear you. And I just said, yeah. Anyway, that's all I wanted to say.
Okay.
Okay, I know what album that I'm going to do. It's going to be a weird fucking album.
Why don't you do Wall of Voodoo?
There was a guy I knew who said that Stan Ridgway, the guy in that group, was a lot like me.
Oh, dude, I unplugged my headphones. I didn't hear one word you said.
Hey, you know what? I like that. I don't need to go back.
Dude, I like the Jetsons. I like the Archies. I like the Flintstones. I like Gargoyles. It was in the 90s. I like Looney Tunes, Tiny Toons, the Smurfs, Turbo Teen, He-Man, Master of the Universe. She-Ra was fucking hot as a kid, blonde with big boobs.
Yeah.
But I do love the old Hanna-Barbera cartoons, but Looney Tunes is the fucking goat. When Looney Tunes is on, Looney Tunes just blew everybody away. Tom and Jerry was goat number 2. You could watch Tom and Jerry with no dialogue and still laugh at it. You didn't need somebody talking in Tom and Jerry. It was like he's chasing the fucking Jerry, and Jerry always gets the best of Tom. You always feel bad for Tom, but you're happy Jerry beat Tom. It's fucking rules.
This weird one, this weird kind of cartoon that's really, really strange, based upon part of a Samuel Beckett novel called The Unnamable. The cartoon's about maybe 10 or 15 minutes long at the most, and it's really, really odd. And if you want, I'll give you a link to it, because I think it's really cool and trippy.
Cool. But I also, my number 3 is Popeye, the old Max Fleischer black and white ones, and then the old 60s 70s Popeyes.
Yeah,
those are fucking amazing with the good fuck. Dude, can you answer me this? How could 2 ugly guys be chasing after an ugly woman in olive oil? She was horrible. She was ugly as fuck. But Brutus and Popeye were always fighting over her.
Well, look how they look too.
I know. It was like real people fighting over real people, right?
Which is not the right way to do it.
It was just weird to me. I go, olive oil looked like a man with no boobs. You know, fucking Sweet Pea. I remember Sweet Pea and the Goons. Oh my god, those are fucking cool. Yeah. The Jeep.
Oh, Peanuts was one of my favorites.
Oh yeah, fucking all the fucking, what is it? Fucking Halloween, the Great Pumpkin, Charlie Brown, again Christmas, Charlie Brown. I hate Lucy. Lucy's a bitch.
Mm-hmm.
Dude, fucking, why does Charlie Brown always get picked on when he always has the best intentions?
One of my favorite cartoons, even though it was only on comic books, was Captain America.
Yeah.
The early stuff. I should see the movie.
The movie is amazing.
Because if they're going with the old script from the old cartoons, then yeah, I do gotta see it.
Yeah, it shows him get frozen and comes to the future. So
yeah,
he fights in World War II, sacrifices himself. Yeah, this is an old fucking movie, you know. This happened after my fucking, when I had tickets for the Avengers, and my wife said, yeah, let's go to the Avengers. And I came home and there's a Dear John letter on the thing. And it says she left me and we already had tickets for the Avengers. So the
Oh,
Marvel movies remind me of a bad time in my life
I'm
because I
sorry.
had tickets for the Avengers and she cleared all her shit out and stole my fucking U2 concerts, bitch. Fucking, I love fucking U2 live in fucking Boston. That's a fucking great DVD. Fuck, man. I wish they come out on Blu-ray of that because I got a lot of fucking U2 concerts I haven't watched yet that I bought. I love that band, dude. I, it does irritate me when people come down on U2. I have no idea why they come down on YouTube. Bono does preach shit, but he doesn't tell you how to live. He suggests, hey, why don't you help this? Why don't we get rid of third world debt?
There was a
He's a
lady.
great guy, man.
There was a lady who looked so sexy, wearing the U2 pop shirts.
Mhm.
So I might want to do that album because it reminds me of her.
Dude, I would do pop in a second. I love that album.
Yeah.
I have it, dude. I love Discotheque. Dude, but I will talk
I
about
had I had a video of them doing from that album.
the Zoo TV.
Yeah.
That
It
was
was
an amazing tour, dude. I didn't get to see it. I only saw U2 on a Joshua Tree at the Coliseum. They were amazing. They had the Pretenders open and they had Johnny Marr on guitar that time. I love Johnny Marr from the Smiths.
huh.
And then
I
I
like it.
saw them the
The,
last
the
tour they
group
were on and they fucking kicked ass, dude. Dude, Bono
with
is
Johnny
such
Marr
a
called
neutral guy, but people call him left or right. He's neutral. He ain't on any side.
yeah. You know, have you ever heard the album Electric
By what?
with Johnny Marr?
Yes, great album.
Yeah. Okay.
And he was also with Modest Mouse on a couple albums.
That I'm kind of afraid of trying because every time that I hear Modest Mouse, they always sound like they're fucking up.
I love the first album, man.
I hate their music.
Do you like the Killers?
My cousin does.
Maybe we should do the Killers first album. I do like them.
If I do that, I'll maybe mention her in the comments.
And I
Just
still want to do a
like
Three Doors Down album.
they're a group that I keep mistaking with someone else because I hear another group that I don't really like, but I never really heard them. So I should listen to them.
I figured out after your next pick, dude. Your pick is next week. I'm picking Dishwalla Pet Your Friends.
Okay, then maybe I might pick a better album for you. So then you don't get as annoyed at me.
I love that album, dude. Charlie Brown's Parents. I'm not going to talk about it now, but dude.
But I'd be into Dishwalla, even though I don't know a lot about them.
Yeah, Pet Your Friends, their debut album, dude. I love that fucking album.
That's with that lady on the cover.
With the dog, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's a great album, dude. And seriously, they have a lot of metal, funk, rock elements on that album. It's like they have some riffs on there that fucking Black
Actually,
Sabbath
I'll
would be
ask you
doing.
what album of the 10 that I'm going to give you the list of. I'm just kidding, but
It's okay, man. Let's any
okay.
closing thoughts, Lee?
My only closing thoughts are I have so much music that I want to hear now and I don't know how to start.
Yeah, you got to start listening to the Poco, right?
Thank you. I'll start listening to the Poco.
Start listening to the Poco, man, and don't forget to Poco yourself.
Yeah. There's like if there's a bird that's poking me on the butt, and I go, "Oh, hi there, birdie Poco."
Make sure you got some toilet paper to cream when you Poco yourself, okay?
Oh yeah.
Dude, you need to grow that beard back, man.
Well,
I like the short hair, but you need the beard, dude. It gives you
we'll see.
personality. You have lots of personality. I'm just fucking with you, but I like the beard.
Yeah. Thank you.
Keep your hair short and grow the beard.
We'll see.
You'll look like a writer. Joking.
Or I'm kidding. All right.
I'm just joking with you. You're a great writer, dude.
Yeah, I'm all right.
I tell you to send your songs to Paul Stanley. What could be, well,
Yeah. At least he hasn't blocked me out of all the weird stuff I've sent him on Twitter.
What about Gene Simmons? He's still there?
He hasn't blocked me either. In fact, on his old site, genesimmons.com, he responded to some of my stuff.
I think Paul's a good punching bag because he's kind of like he goes against what he says. If you can't do it, then quit. And he's still doing it. Why hasn't he quit?
That's how I feel about this episode.
Oh shit.
I'm kidding.
All right. I thought this was a great episode.
Yeah.
Give us comments. Tell us if we suck or not. We don't fucking care anyways. But fucking thanks to our friends who watch us. Thanks to the fans. Subscribe. Share the fuck out of the shit. We love you, man. I love Lee. He loves me. We are three. I don't know. I tried to make up a song and it did make sense. Oh shit, I'm hanging out with you too much, Lee. It's starting not to make sense.
It's all good.
I love you, man.
I know what I'm to do now. but I don't know if it's gonna be on Amazon. If it is, let's do it.
Well, you can send me the tracks, dude. I do those, I'll download them.
And
most of the times you send me tracks are still on my phone because I like them. So
the only thing that I will say is that the one of the members of the group was a relative of a member of Talking Heads.
Dude, have we done a Talking Heads album?
No, but I'm talking about an album with one of the members' relatives on it.
Cool, but we should do fucking...
I'm talking about another group. I'm not talking about them.
Well, we should do Remain in Light.
Actually, if we do that one, my cousin loves that album, and that would be cool if I can mention her name.
We need to do more REM also, man.
No, we don't, but let's do the Talking Heads.
I want to do the last REM album because they went out with a bang. I missed that band.
Only that one.
Well, maybe.
Okay.
All right, man. Say goodbye, Lee.
Okay. Bye-bye.